Good morning, students. Welcome to New Era Global School online teaching class. So today we will revise our chapter 7 adaptations, how plants survive. So choose the correct option. First one, among all these, which is an example for the evergreen tree? So which is an example for evergreen tree? It is called pine. So underline the word pine. Second one, the stems of these plants, they are very thick and fleshy to store the water. It is called floating plants. Third one, these plants, they have the breathing roots. So which will have the breathing root? It is called mangroves. Fourth one, the leaves of these plants, they do not have stomata. Mainly the underwater plants, they do not have stomata. Fifth one, which of these plants, they absorb nutrients from the living plants? It is called mistletoe. Second one, match the following. I have written the straight answer. Mangroves. What are mangroves? So mangroves that grow in the brackish water. That is the fifth option. Mangroves will grow in brackish water. Dodder. So what is a dodder? It is a saprophytic plant, right? It is a parasitic plant. They have the special root-like structure that grows into the host. And third one, deciduous trees. So what is a deciduous trees? They shed their leaves once a year. Fourth one, mountain trees. In mountain trees, the seeds will bear inside the cone. Fifth one, floating plants. So floating plants ka example, spongy stems. And then give two example. You can give any two example. Deciduous trees. So deciduous trees ka example, gulmohar and sal. Second one, plants in mountains. So it is a pine and fir. Third one, floating aquatic plants. Iska two example, water hyacinth and duckweed. Fourth one, fixed aquatic plants. Fixed aquatic plants ka example, lotus and water lily. Then insectivorous plants, namely pitcher plant and Venus flytrap. Then fill in the blanks with the correct words. So dash are the regions that are covered with trees and other plants. So what are the regions covered with trees and other plants? It is called forest. Second one, forest in hot and rainy regions, they have dash trees. So hot and rainy regions means they have evergreen trees. Third one, the stem of dash are soft and flexible, so the plants do not break when the strong winds blow. So what is an example? It is called grasses. Mainly the grasses, they are very soft and flexible. Then fourth one, the roots of dash plants trail in the water and are not fixed to the ground. So the root of the floating plants, they are not fixed to the ground. Then fifth one, plants do not have dash. They are called non-green plants. The plants, they do not have the chlorophyll. They are called non-green plants. Then short answers. What are terrestrial plants? You have to write the two examples. So what are all the plants that grow on the land? They are called terrestrial plants. Example, forest, desert, grassland, etc. Second question, how does the shredding of the leaves help the deciduous trees in place with warm, cold climate and less rainfall? So forest in the plants, they have warm and cold climate and rainfall. So the trees, they shed their leaves in the autumn season. In autumn season, the sheets will be shredding, trees will be shredding down. So here the winter is very usually cold and here the sunlight is limited. Namely, the shedding leaves, they help to reduce the water loss through their leaves. Understand what they are telling? So the forest with the warm and the cold climate, they have deciduous trees. So these deciduous trees, they shed their leaves once in a autumn season. Here the winter will be very cold and the sunlight is limited. So the shredding leaves, they help them to reduce the water loss through the leaves. Third one, what adaptation do plants in grasslands? They will find the water. So in grasslands, mainly more number of the grasses will be there. Okay. So these grass, they grow deep to the ground in search of water. So the roots of the plants, they grow deep to the ground to reach the water. So what are swamps and marshes? So swamps and marshes, they are the areas which the soil are clayey, sticky and the water will be collected easily. Good morning students. Welcome to New Era Global School online teaching class. So today we will revise our chapter 7, adaptations, how plants survive. And then seventh one, what kind of leaves do underwater plants have? If you see the underwater plants, they are very thin. They have the narrow ribbon like leaves so that the leaves do not get damaged by the flow of water. These plants, they do not have stomata. Okay, these underwater plants, they do not have the stomata. And then eighth one, why do insectivorous plants, they trap the insects? So these plants, they grow in a soil which contains very little nutrients. Okay, so here the leaves are modified to trap the insects to get the nutrients. So the leaves are modified into a trap. When the insects sit on them, they will take that insects and they will get the nutrients. Give one adaptation of the parasitic plants. So parasitic plants, they usually harm to the plant they live on. How? By taking the nutrients from the roots, like the plants. They have the special root-like structure which grow on them and they will get the nutrients. And then long answer, what are habitat and adaptation? Write two adaptations found in desert and mountain regions. So habitat, you know, where it is a place where a particular animal lives. The features that help the plant to survive in its surroundings, it is called adaptation. And in the desert areas, the plants of the roots, they grow deep into the soil in search of water. And then some plants in the mountains, they have just few small leaves, and some may not have them at all. Second one, you have to write the difference between the adaptations of underwater plants and fixed water plants. Now, first see the fixed aquatic plants. These are aquatic plants that grow in the water. Okay, here the roots are fixed to the soil at the bottom of the water body. Okay, these plants, they have large plate-like leaves that will float on the water. So first what they're telling, the aquatic plants, they will be grow in the water. Here the roots are fixed to the soil at the bottom of the water body. These plants, they have large plate-like leaves that float on the water. And then adaptations of underwater plants. These plants that grow completely under the surface of the water. So underwater plants that will grow completely on the surface of water. Here the roots of such plants, they are fixed to the soil in the water beds. These type of the plants, they have the thin, narrow, ribbon-like leaves. And then third one, describe how insectivorous plants, they trap the insects by using Venus flytrap and picture plant as an example. If you take these insectivorous plants, they will grow in the region where the soil has less nutrients. So soil के पास only less nutrients will be there. So how they will take the nutrients? They will take the nutrients by trapping some insects. Okay, so best examples are Venus flytrap and picture plant. If we take the Venus flytrap, it has the two lobes. Okay, it has the two lobes at the catcher clip, like a catcher clip, and they have the short strip hairs at the edges. When these hairs are touched by any insects, so it will slowly close that lobe. So after closing, it will produce the digestive juices, and then it will take the insects nutrients. If you take the picture plant, here the leaf, it is modified into the deep container, and then it contains the lid. When the insect will touches the picture plant, so it will go into the picture and the lid will be closing, and it will pour some digestive juices, and then they will get the nutrients from the insects. So by means of these ways, these two plants are getting the nutrients. I am repeating again, listen. So insectivorous plants, these plants, they grow only in the less nutrient area. By trapping the insects, they will get the nutrients. If we take the Venus flytrap, it has a two lobe with small hair-like structure. When these hairs are touched, what will happen? The insect will close the mouth. So by using the digestive juices, they will take the nutrients. And the next one, the picture plant, it has the leaves that are modified into deep container like a picture, and it is filled with the digestive juices. So today we have discussed our 7th chapter. Just go through it in your home. Start your revision part. If any queries are there, please let me know.